Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how many times I felt like speaking about law only, but then all of a sudden I feel the unction to speak about things that concern people's lives. So today I want to talk about hidden pain. Later we'll talk about law at a certain time, but the journey to encompass what they call the realm of hidden pain. It becomes so profound in a sense that these are concealed emotions that often reside within us, and it's something that transcends the ordinary in the sense that it's beneath, it's a facet in our daily lives. It becomes so emotional that many people tend to wear what we call a mask on our faces. So we have what we call hidden pain inside us. So usually in the grand theater of our existence, we are sometimes we pass off as actors in a world or some kind of stage. So we play our roles within this finesse, this dawning mask of smiles, laughter, and composure. And we sometimes carefully craft these personas, presenting them to the world as if they are our chosen identity. But behind these masks, we have these hidden, scrutinizing eyes of society that people impose upon us. And the emotions play out within our chambers from our hearts. So we present what we call a paradox of appearances. And why do we keep up appearances? It's a matter of pride. It's a fear of vulnerability. And perhaps it's a longing for acceptance. So in the pursuit of our daily lives, we often find ourselves entangled in this paradox. So we present ourselves as strong and yielding beings, while beneath our surface, we have these tempest rages that are inside us. We have what we call unseen struggles. Our hidden pain is much like an iceberg. It reveals only a fraction of itself. It conceals the depth of our sorrow, the anxiety, the despair. These emotions are intangible and unspoken, and yet they shape our existence in a very, very profound ways. They are the silent whispers of our souls, the echoes of our uncharted burdens. And so, if I'm to explain some kind of what I'm trying to underscore here in terms of the hidden concealments, I would like to argue and say that this hidden pain sometimes comes off as a thread that binds us all. It's a testament to our resilience sometimes, our ability to endure and persevere. Sometimes it reminds us of our shared humanity. For no matter how different our external lives may be, we all carry within us the weight of unspoken sorrows. And it's a quest for authenticity in one way or the other. So as we navigate what we call the intricate labyrinth of our lives, we are faced with the fundamental questions. Can we ever truly be authentic while accepting these concealing pains within us? A philosopher one time by the names of Nietzsche said that to live is to suffer. To survive is to find something meaning in the suffering. So perhaps in acknowledging and shaping our hidden pain, we unearth a deeper authenticity. An authenticity born not from the mask that we wear, but from the raw honesty of our experiences. So I want to appeal to us that in spite of the pain that you may be going through, the hidden pain, the quiet moments of introspection, let us remember that hidden pain is a universal companion on the human journey. It's a reminder that in our quest, in terms of appearances, we must also seek authenticity. It's a call in terms of compassion. It's an urge for us to be kind to one another, to be, behind, in spite of the mask that we wear. We exist in a world of emotions, waiting to be understood. So in the symphony of life, hidden pain is but one daunting or haunting melody. So let us listen and be open in terms of our hearts, for it is in this melancholy of strings that we may find the profound wisdom in terms of the human spirit. So a wisdom that reminds us that in our shared vulnerability, we discover the true essence of what it means to be alive. It's very, very important, my friends, to understand that, because if you don't understand that, I've been through many people, I've talked through quite a number of people, but I've also observed that in spite of the appearances that we keep up, deep within us there are people who are dying, and they feel like the souls are crushing left, right, and center. And so it's important for you to understand the elegy of this hidden pain. As I say, it's an elegy in terms of that whispers within our shadows, that beckons us to listen. It's a sacred lament in one way or the other. It's a testament to the fragility of the human spirit. So in acknowledging it, we begin to unravel the intricate layers of our existence. So we unearth, as I said, the threads of shared suffering that binds us together, transcending the boundaries that actually separate us. This hidden pain can also manifest itself in terms of a veil of isolation. So sometimes in concealing our pain, we often inadvertently isolate ourselves, and therefore we end up building walls around our hearts, keeping others at bay. So, but when we dare to unveil our hidden anguish, then we dare to say, "I had to," or we forge a connections that breach the charisma of isolation. So we discover that in vulnerability there is actually strength. And in doing so, one of the things we also have to understand is the transformation in terms of suffering. This hidden pain need not to be a prison, by the way. It can be a crucible for transformation. It is through our suffering that we find the impetus to change, to seek healing, to grow. It is a reminder that pain is not a life sentence, but a catalyst for evolution. So a catalyst that can propel us forward in terms of a more compassionate and empathetic world. It's extremely important for us to understand that hidden pain, in spite of what you're going through, can also act as a power of empathy. So empathy becomes as a balm in terms of soothing the wounds of hidden pain. So we extend a hand in terms of understanding. When we listen throughout judgment, we become healers in our own right. We have the power to mend not only our own wounds, but also the wounds of others. So even as I speak to you, I want to speak to your hidden pain to be able to understand that it's important for you to understand that you're not going through this alone. It's through this shared healing journey that we can heal the world and become compassionate at one time to another. So in terms of a call for action, the world is hurting. There's no doubt about that. Our friends are hurting. Your mother can be there smiling at you, but deep within she's dying. Your husband can be smiling at you, but deep within he's dying. Your friend can be smiling at you, but deep within they're dying. So in terms of healing, we must find an opportunity to heal ourselves. And to heal ourselves, we must embrace the authenticity of our hidden pain. So it's a call to action in terms of a plea to step out of the shadows into the light of understanding. It's a call to create a world where vulnerability is actually celebrated, where suffering is met with compassion, and where healing is a collective endeavor. So in terms of underscoring what I would like us to take on, it's very important that hidden pain is not a burden to be born in solitude. It's a beacon. It should be guiding in terms of a world where we engage in empathy, as I said, and empathy reigns, and where authenticity is cherished, and where healing becomes universal in terms of the language. So let us heed to this call. It is in this shared journey in terms of healing that we can mend the fractures that actually divide us, and together we can actually heal one another. So ladies and gentlemen, let me just take the opportunity to diverge into a profound and often concealed aspect in terms of human existence, which again manifests in terms of what they call hidden anguish. And this anguish often remains shrouded in secrecy. So our journey takes us through in life, our life journey takes us through an exploration of hidden anguish, and from causes and examples of solutions that can actually help individuals and society as a whole. And in terms of hidden anguish, it's very, very important to understand that hidden anguish is a silent struggle where individuals wear masks again. They keep up appearances. Some of you probably remember that movie, Keeping Up Appearances, was a popular one, more like a comedy, but interesting. It had so many lessons you could learn. So individuals usually wear masks in terms of happiness, where yet silently they're actually suffering within. It's a concept that we encounter more frequently than we might actually think. But rarely do we pause and understand the depth and implications of some of these challenges that we go through. What are some of the causes of this hidden anguish? Why do people conceal their emotions in terms of pain? The answers are multifaceted in terms of explanation. But sometimes it's because of societal pressures and the expectations that can lead to individuals to hide their own true emotions. So as they strive through to meet their external standards of success and happiness, the fear of judgment and vulnerability can actually be paralyzing in one way or the other, making it a challenge to open up about one's struggles. The stigma surrounding, for example, mental health often also discourages us in terms of individuals from seeking the hope that we really want. And also in terms of personal struggles and traumas, for example, whether past or present, these also create what they call a cycle of suffering that remains unseen by many of us, or even by many of our colleagues. And so it's important to recognize this so-called hidden anguish. It's extremely, extremely important that even though we have this anguish within ourselves, we have to have ways of dealing with them. The signs of hidden anguish may not always be evident, but there are those that are actually, a little bit observant. Through, for example, different examples, we can learn to identify some of these signs, and importantly, we can actually be able to equip ourselves and offer support in terms of preventing consequences that are likely to come out of that, backfire. Now, in terms of consequences of these concealed emotional pains, as I said, it's extremely important to avoid far-reaching consequences. It can take a toll on our mental health, potentially leading to conditions like anxiety or even depression. It can even erode the quality of our relationships, and then make us pass over as fake rather than genuine in terms of our connections, in terms of our struggles to emerge or engage in societal obligations. So we have to be very, very careful when we are taking care of ourselves in terms of these particular issues. If we are to offer some kind of solutions or support to addressing some of these hidden anguish, it requires again a multifaceted approach, and we must encourage, for example, open communication. It's extremely important that you communicate sometimes some of your pains with some friends or some people you trust. Create spaces where individuals can actually feel safer to express their feelings without fear of judgment. Not everyone will understand you, not everyone will comprehend you, but find people whom you may have a little bit of trust. Seek professional help where you can, so that you don't be stigmatized, okay? And then find what they call mental health support in terms of those crucial lifelines, and also build up a culture of empathy and understanding. It's extremely important for you where individuals can actually share your struggles with one another without any shame. Create spaces for self-expression, both in your personal life and within your society, and also you can also help other individuals to heal and thrive. Sometimes even sharing experience with another person can also pass over as a healing in itself, because then they'll be able to understand that, wait a minute, if that person can also go through the same challenge, then I can also go through the same challenge. It's extremely important for us to know that we are human beings, and as humans we are prone to a lot of challenges, we are prone to a lot of sufferings, we are prone to so much pain. And this pain, if it doesn't, if we don't find opportunity for it to give off steam, to use that word, then we will find ourselves in a dilemma of a lot of excruciating pain and unwarranted circumstances. So I would like to encourage each one of us that the life is a journey. I keep saying that life is a journey and not a destination. We have to understand that we're moving in this life. We have to understand that even as we engage in this life, there's so many things. People are not going to understand everything we say. People are not going to comprehend everything we do. Even our own doubts can also put that weight on us. You can wake up one morning and feel like, wait a minute, I don't feel like going to office anymore. I don't feel like writing anymore. I don't feel like reading anymore. I don't feel like going to school anymore. I don't feel like staying in this relationship anymore. I don't feel like praying anymore. I don't feel like there's God anymore. Those are questions that run through our minds left, right, and center. And I said those are all reflections of hidden pains or keeping up appearances. But even as you do so, I want to give you some kind of motivation. The motivation becomes extremely important. Sometimes you can run dry, or burn out because you don't have motivation, or because you have no reason why you feel there's a reason to live anymore. But listen, my friend, life is a hustle. Life is a hustle. There's no one going to tell you that's going to be simple. Even those who are living today or smiling today may have things that are eating them up inside. So even as you are engaged in this so-called dance of hidden pain and lack, hidden pain is much like life, by the way. It's a capricious partner in the grand dance of life. So some are fortunate to have experienced a little, of the former and much of the latter, for example, while others may actually find themselves wading through depths in terms of suffering. So seemingly devoid of fortune's favor. But there is a deeper connection between these two seemingly disparate forces. So even as we engage in this, we should be careful of what they call the unpredictability of fortune. The ability the fact that luck in itself is actually ambiguous, in a sense that it should remind you of the unpredictable nature of existence. We are born into circumstances not of our choosing in many cases, and the fortune's whims can actually alter the trajectory in terms of our lives in an instant. So it's here that we engage in opportunities by not things that we have chosen by ourselves, but sometimes a twist that has actually imposed itself upon our lives. So it's extremely important to have that ability to recompose, that ability to exercise faith, that ability to stand, that ability to believe that in spite of whatever's going or taking place in my life, I will be able to go on, I will be able to move on. Find motivation in yourself. I think it was David who said, when he lost faith in God, David of the Bible, those of you who are Bible readers, he said, and David encouraged himself in the Lord. So I would like to appeal to you that in spite of the challenges, inside of the pain that you're going through, please encourage yourself in the Lord. Have faith in the faith that you can be able to do it. Sometimes nobody can be able to give you the pat on your back. Nobody can be there to say, Brother Isaac or brother or sister so-and-so, you can make it. But believe in yourself. Take it upon yourself. Believe it. Keep moving. Keep walking and never give up. Let me tell you, life is a journey and not a destination. God bless you and wish you a wonderful day.